Day and thought about the new series. Really what this is this is a spin-off of the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show. If you remember back, I actually shot the last episode, episode 43, about a year ago. This time, in December a year ago, episode 43. And I really enjoyed that show. The show was basically this, but I would ask, part of the show being the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show, part of it was you asking me questions. And that show, basically I filmed off and on for the last 2 years, and I never got anybody to ask me a question. And I really, to be honest with you, on the inside, I felt kind of like a failure. I felt kind of like I put a show out there and I wasn't getting the response I wanted. And so I felt really odd, uncomfortable inside. And so I haven't shot another episode. I haven't filmed another episode for the last year. And that I think that was a big reason why, is I felt like a failure. I felt like that I wasn't living up to some expectation. That I wasn't good enough to get anyone to ask me a question. You know, all those things that go on in our head. And then fast forward to today, where we're focusing on just be you and really focusing on yourself and what is good for you. And then I get to that mural, and I was like, I've been here before. I have been here before. I remember back at the crossroads. Sorry guys, a little sentimental. At the crossroads, shooting in front of those murals and thinking how awesome this is to be a part of the community, and to be trying to bring something of value. And so as I started thinking on the drive over here, and what that mural said is change happens from within. Change happens from within. I started thinking to myself, no guys, I don't need to change the show. I don't need to change the show. I don't need to change the format of the show. The change needs to come from within me. And that's been part of my own personal journey over the last year, is really, rather than focusing and being dependent on getting positive reinforcement from the outside, and the accolades from the outside, is from within. And so as I started thinking about this more, as I started thinking about just be you and the change that needs to happen, not for the short term, but for the long term, I decided that I really think that I want to keep this being the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show. I really think that this needs to be episode 44 of the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show. So guys, welcome to episode 44 of the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue to shoot behind the scenes, because I think it's really important for you guys just to see what it's like just on a day-to-day basis of being a community-based therapist. Part of my goal is to destigmatize and demystify what therapy and all that's about, and really just try to normalize it. While community-based therapy may not be for everyone, I think there is a great set of the a great set of people that can benefit from this type of therapy. So we're going to continue with the behind the scenes, and we're going to continue with just what the Ask Midwest Anxiety Show is all intended for.